For the month of May, I set myself a 30-day challenge to see if I could meditate for just 5 minutes a day, and if so, what would the effects of that be? I'm Rebecca, and this is my channel, Rebecca Designs a Life, and the whole point of this channel is to connect with things that help to make life more beautiful and more joyful, and to learn how to enjoy the life that I actually have. As part of that, I've decided to start doing some 30-day challenges. So each month, I'm setting myself a challenge to do one small habit for 30 days and see how that impacts my life. And then I'm going to come back and share that with you. So my very first month, the month of May, I called it Mediation May. And I meditated for just 5 minutes a day. And I think generally we think of a meditation practice as being an hour or at least 30 minutes where you get fully quiet and you sit on a cushion and you clear your mind and maybe you do some chanting or something. I don't know. But I wanted to do something really accessible. In one of my previous videos, I talked about one of my very favorite books, which is 10% Happier by Dan Harris. And that book was my introduction to meditation. And to meditation as a simple, accessible, powerful practice in my daily life. I first read that book, I think 9 years ago, and it's still having an impact on my life. And in that 9 years, I don't think that I have ever sat and meditated for an hour. Not I don't think, I know. I have never sat for an hour. But even so, I feel like meditation has improved my life. It has made me 10% happier, 10% less stressed, 10% calmer. But even so, I've never been really consistent with it. I've usually meditated for 15 to 20 minutes, maybe 3 times a week, which is good and it has been helpful. But I wanted to see what would happen if I actually challenged myself to meditate every day. And so, to make that something that I could achieve, I set it as just 5 to 15 minutes, maximum 15 minutes. What was that experience like for me? Almost every day I meditated for just 5 minutes. I preferred the days where I meditated earlier in the day, either when I would take a break mid-morning or right after lunch and take my 5 to 10 minutes of meditating then. But many of the days, especially as the month went on, I ended up not doing my meditation until I was getting ready for bed. But I still felt like it was really helpful. So, things that I wished I had done, I wished that I had taken like a blood pressure reading when I started this, and then that I could share with you what mine is now. I do have access to a blood pressure cuff that I could do. I didn't think to take it beforehand, so I don't really feel like it would be super helpful to take it now. The biggest thing that I noticed over the course of the month is that when I would sit to meditate, the first 4 or 5 days, the tension in my neck and shoulders was really noticeable. And even if you're just sitting for 5 minutes, you're sitting and being quiet and noticing your body and how you feel. And so as soon as I would sit and get quiet, I would notice how tensed up I was and that I had this pain here in my neck and shoulders from just being so tense. And after about day 5, it was noticeably improving. And I'd still probably have some now. I'm dealing with both some personal things and with a work deadline that's really stressing me out. So I'm certainly not 100% calm, but I don't feel it. When I sit to meditate now, when I sat to meditate last night, I could just feel a huge difference from a month ago. It was, at the very least, it's no longer painful. It's no longer something that I'm noticing every day. Like when I go to turn my head, I'm not like, oh man, my neck hurts. That's a huge improvement. And that's from 5 minutes a day. Another thing, here's a really surprising thing that's changed over the course of the month, and I can't come up with the mechanism by which this would be explained by meditation, but I also can't come up with anything else that would have caused this, is I have a lot of sun damage, a lot of UV damage from when I was a teen and in my early 20s. I wished I could go back and, shake myself and tell myself to put on some sunscreen, but I didn't. So I have a lot of sun damage. I do see a dermatologist annually, but I have some spots on both of my cheeks that have really bothered me cosmetically. The dermatologist says they're okay. They're not a big concern, but cosmetically, they really do bother me. But they've gotten way better, especially on this side. I don't know. I don't know how much this shows up on camera. Even when I point it out to other people in my life, they're usually like, that's a tiny red spot. It's not that big of a deal. It's a big deal to me. I notice it. And it's improved dramatically over the last month. And I don't know. I haven't changed any products that I use. I haven't changed the way I use the products. I haven't done anything different. So I really can't come up with why this has improved so much over the last month. And my skin in general has improved a lot. I feel like when I look in the mirror and I look at the appearance of my skin, I see a lot of improvement, and I don't have another way to explain it. The only thing that I can think of is that doing this very consistent meditation practice has lowered my stress and lowered my inflammation, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to be like, yeah, meditation will fix your skin problems, but I can't come up with anything else that's caused what I think of as a dramatic improvement over the last month. So, unexpected benefit, I guess. And it doesn't hurt anything to try it, right? There was no downside to this practice, especially because I'm just talking about 5 minutes a day. There's a lot of days when I'm very busy and I feel like I don't have half an hour. I don't even feel like I have 15 minutes, but there was never a day that I felt like I was just too busy to fit in 5 minutes of meditation when I was getting ready for bed. There were 2 days when I forgot, like I just forgot and I didn't do it. So, I'm calling this challenge a success because I feel like 29 out of 31 days I call it a win. I think I succeeded with my 30-day challenge, but there were 2 days that I just forgot to do it. Otherwise, I never felt like I didn't have time. I never felt like it wasn't worthwhile, because after just 5 days, I was feeling a benefit. And now after 30 days, I feel like there's a visible benefit. So I'm definitely going to keep doing this. I would say indefinitely. I don't see any reason to not do it. And it's definitely a practice that I want to keep up and do in my life. And I would encourage you to give it a try too, because again, I know you're busy. I know you have a lot going on, but if a consistent practice of 5 minutes a day can improve your life, if that can make you 10% happier, I feel like that's worthwhile. So, I wished that I had taken measurements to see about like if my blood pressure had lowered. That would be great. So I can't really tell you that. I don't have any great metrics for success or failure, except that I did it 29 out of 31 days, and I call that a success. I have significantly less tension in my neck and shoulders. I call that a success. And I appear to have less inflammation in my skin, and some UV damaged spots are improving in appearance, which as I said, I just can't explain any other way. So I just can't explain it any other way. And I'm going to call that a win for meditation. For June, I am writing and publishing long-form content every day. That's my challenge. I think this one may be significantly more difficult for me to achieve. 5 minutes of meditation is pretty easy because you don't really need anything. I don't have a special cushion. I don't have a special room. I just would go somewhere quiet and sit for 5 minutes in a chair. I don't even sit on the floor. And that's pretty easy to do. I can just go into my bedroom, sit on the edge of my bed for 5 minutes, and I'm good. But for June, I am writing and publishing every single day on Medium. So that's going to be a really easy metric for success or failure because I'm going to have the record of it right there. Did I write and publish every single day for 30 days? So we'll see. But I did this before in November of 2023, and I felt like it improved my ability to think and to communicate complex ideas and feelings. And that's something that I feel like I've been kind of lacking recently, just that I haven't been practicing it a lot. I haven't been practicing writing long-form content, and I don't know that content is the right word necessarily, but I've been really focused on threads and on projects that just don't have anything to do with writing. So I want to focus this month on improving those skills and improving my ability to organize my thoughts and to communicate an idea effectively and to create a compelling narrative based around ideas and thoughts and beliefs that I have. And I feel like Medium is a great place to do that. Next month, at the end of that challenge, I will go over why I picked Medium and how the whole month went. But for now, that's what I'm doing for June. And May was Mediation May. And I think this was a huge success. And I will absolutely be continuing this 5-minute everyday meditation practice indefinitely. Let me know in the comments if you've done any 30-day challenges or if you're doing a 30-day challenge right now. I would love to hear about it. I would love to talk about what you've learned, how you've grown through those. And if you have any questions about my meditation practice or about writing on Medium, I'm happy to answer them. I hope I hear from you. If you liked this content, go ahead and give me a like and a subscribe. It means a lot to me. I have some real big dreams for this channel, and your support is everything to me. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being here and for taking the time out of your day to hear about my meditation practice and my 30-day challenge. And I appreciate you so much. I hope to see you next time.